You're going live. Alright, hello. I'm here. Next, hello, Ewan, CG. I started working on it, and then I stopped working on it. The next new player career build series. I need to build a navigation system, and I have one that I want to use, but I'm trying to decide. Formatting of career build of the new player career build series is a little bit of a challenge for me because I don't want to spend hours and hours building stuff there and doing tutorials. I'd kind of rather somebody watch, if they want to, the associated tutorial video and then utilize that part. So I started building a quick bearing system. Maybe we'll do it in here, and I can run, do that as a recording. But I want to build a quick bearing system so that people can have a quick and easy GPS system. I hate moving maps. I've talked about this 100 times. How you get too reliant on it, so kind of having a little more manual system is a little bit more engaging, so do that. Let me know if the music is too loud. So I got my bearing system for I worked on the cap airplane yesterday, and this is what I got the bearing system down. Another pat on the dev's back. Again, they need a pat on the back when they do something right. They get plenty of slaps. So this was something that they just fixed in this latest update, the physics sensor. I was actually complaining about this, I think yesterday or the day before, and they just fixed it Friday. They put in the output numbers here, as you can see, and they changed GPS positioning to a more usable number, and so that's great. They added compass, so that really takes out even more of the required sensors, so that's really cool. So let's start banging out the Night Owl here. I just released Cap Air flight number 4, a little bit ago. So go ahead and watch that if you like. And so been doing a little bit on that, and so I put in the new navigation system in that plane. So what I want to work on here is, I noticed this last time, these need to be flipped, so let's cut these and flip these. And so I'm trying to get the Night Owl into career build series. One of the reasons I haven't been putting out career build series is that I kind of need something to do in career build series. Why are you not working now? So I need I need something to do in career build series, and so I want to use the Night Owl. The issue being that, oh, okay, that's why. All right. The reason why is I can't really do rescues with Night Owl. That's one of the reasons. Oh my god, just click on what I want there, dude. I can't really do rescues with Night Owl until I get the winch system working. So I figured, let's get the winch system working, then I can actually do some Night Owl in career build series, which will get me back in the career build series. So everything is multi-tiered, trying to get to what I want. Oh my god, click. I'm on the run. Why won't it merge? Drive me nuts. Okay. Click, because I'm like in the ramp, so. Merge. Okay, good. So those are merged. I had these upside down. So the cool thing with the harnesses, if we look at the harness, right here, it shows it has a composite seat data, and then it has all the same keys and switches as a seat, and so that allows you to control things in the harness. So because I can't carry somebody up in my arms when I'm doing a rescue, I need to put them on a second harness, and I can ride up on a different harness and actually control the unit. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm doing some measurements. This isn't going to always sit in here, probably. You're going to spawn this in. So what do I need? 2 off the center. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with, save this as Night Owl. And what I'm going to do is start new here. So it's 2 off the center. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to get these harnesses set up and configured. And what I'll be able to do is spawn these harnesses in and utilize these for actually doing the missions. So we want cable anchors. And I'm going to keep these as a singular unit, I think. So we'll delete that. We'll put a crossbar in there. Beautiful. All right, good. And then we want a couple harnesses. All right, so there are the two harnesses. I'm trying to think if I want to look forward, back, or side by side. Maybe forward, back. It'll be a little bit less claustrophobic than looking at the person the whole time. So I need to check these. So what I'm going to do is just grab... I need to see what direction I'm facing. I don't know why I make it so tall. And so I want to see what direction I face when I'm sitting in this so that I can test it out and make sure they're facing the right direction. And so the plan is you'd have Night Owl hover. You go down on the harness, you put the other person in the other harness. So like, see, right, we're facing the correct direction. I want to face forward. All right, good. So that's correct. And then the other person would ride up the other harness and you can then put them in the seats. So let's go down like that. All right, and I'll paint these up. Use this as like my rescue color. Okay. Alright, so there are the rescue harnesses painted. Alright, let's start banging a microcontroller together. This is going to actually end up in Night Owl, so I need to add that back in, but... Sorry if you hear me eating intermittently. I was not planning to eat until I went to dinner tonight, and I had my vitamins, which make you nauseous if you don't eat. So I had to eat, eat not because I wanted to, but because I had to. So this is the harness control unit. Okay, harness control unit. This is going to be. Let's see, what do we need? I need to control a pivot. I need to control linear slider. Need to control. The winches are going to be operate the same, so that will be one up, one down. So let's start with this. Start banging these in. So on composite input, harness. I want output up, output down, output linear track, output pivot, and I think that may be about it. Famous last words, I know. So let's work with that for now. My middle mouse button seems to be working now that I ordered a new mouse, so I'm about due for a new mouse anyway, but usually when you order something new, that's when it starts working again. About typical. Alright, so the harness, 1 is going to be up. So 1 is up. 2 is going to be down. Pretty simple on that. Sorry, I'm eating while I'm doing this. Alright, so we're going to do an up-down counter. 0.3 is the interval, the increment. Reset 0, clamp enabled, so negative 0.3 to 0.3. This is going to be the linear track here. That will be... three and 4. Okay, 3 and 4. go like that. And then what we're going to do is an OR. We're going to do actually Boolean. So these will be bingo, bango. That will go there. And so what's going to happen is if I press the 3 key, it's going to make my linear track go one direction. Press the 4 key, it's going to make my linear track go the other way. If I'm not pressing either, it will go 0. So what this will be is, it'll be X or Y. And it will be not. So if it's not X or Y, it's going to reset it. So that will be that. Okay, good. So that's there. And I'll go to linear track, done, and dusted. All right, pivot is going to be 5 and 6, so we'll do up-down counter. I should start a fresh up-down counter here. And I'll grab 5 and 6. And I need to check the range of motion, so this probably needs to be changed. It should be positive, so we'll do 0.001, reset value 0 up to a maximum of, I think I'm probably going 0.5 at max. This will go to the pivot. Alright, and that should dust that up. Let's update this. Alright, so I'm going to do the port. We'll be running this, so we can't just do that. What we have to do is we have to go from here up to the cable anchor, and then the cable anchor is going to talk through the winch. All right, that's good. All right, good. So that should be good. Let's go ahead and save this. This will be night owl rescue harnesses. All right. Let's bring in the night owl. And I'll bring in the rescue harness size. What did these? Oh, that's hitting it. So just get these out of the way for now. Alright, and this is going to be cut, and we're just going to stick this up on the wing for now, and then I'll move it in a little bit. Hide it somewhere. Alright, good, so that's there. Alright, and then we'll grab the harness size again. And these take up a lot of space, so it's not a huge deal, but you gotta kind of, what is that? It doesn't like that. Alright, so that's fine. They can sit like this. Alright, so what we want to do here is, they don't need electricity, that's fine. This one is the only one that's going to talk to. Port's the one I run off of. So that goes up to here. And then that's going to read through here. So all we do is we take the composite output, plug it into here. And then this is going to go winch up. I'm controlling these the same. So these are both going to go up. And these are both going to go down. And then we don't need the on-offs, fine. This is going to be linear track right here. And then this is going to be pivot. All right, let's give this a run. Let's go ahead to rope logic. We want to go, this is port. This is starboard like so. Electricity going to this. We need to make sure this is powered, so those go together. Those go to the pivot. That goes to the linear track. And then this is going to go to the powered side of the master. And let's go ahead and spawn this, see how this functions. So you'll go, you'll do your rescue, you'll enable the station keeping hover. You'll lower your ramp down. All right. I will go ahead, I will jump in my port harness. I will go ahead and I may have screwed up 5, 6, and this is going to be a problem. Let's see. 1. Alright, so as you can see, it's going to suck these both up. I need to make sure these cables are the same length, so I'm going to have to put in a cable length. Okay, so now they're even. As long as I suck them both up, they should be even. Go down 2. Alright, and so I want to get past this ramp, so I need to add some linear there, which I don't know why it's doing both at the same time. Probably because I didn't change the numbers. Alright, so I need to fix that. That's not a big deal. Probably didn't fix my numbers here, so let's fix that. They're all moving in the correct direction, which that's a miracle. Alright, so I didn't change these numbers here. These are supposed to be 5, 6 now. So 5 and 6. Could actually, you know what I could do? I could make them the same. Yeah, that's not going to work right. Alright, so that's fine. 5 and 6 are there, so let's update that. Alright, so we're going to go in, do the test again. So imagine we're doing a rescue here. We're in the harness. Okay, we'll bring them all the way up. The others should not be toggles. They're currently toggles. I need to fix that. But check that in a second. Alright, now we want to push it out. Alright, so I can independently control the pitch of this. Alright, so as long as our feet are past the ramp, that's fine, because then what we can do is we can lower it down. And we'll go down all the way to the ground. We have, I forget the distance on this, but it's plenty. Alright, we can raise ourselves back up. So here we go, raising up. So here's the two of us being rescued. Okay, and then we're hanging over the breeze. So what we would do is we press 4. This brings us up over the ramp. We can go ahead and we can press 6 to raise us all the way up. Alright, and now we're over the ramp. So we're floating in the ramp. I press F. Oh, okay. My feet dropped through the ramp. What's going on here? Homunculus under the map. Okay. So I'll have to see if I drop on the ramp properly when I'm not on the ground here. So let's try it again. Okay, there we go. So I drop on the ramp. I grab this person out of the harness, walk up, put them in a seat. I go back, jump in the harness. I'm going to press 5 a little bit here. We'll go ahead and... Okay, that's because these are on resets. Alright, and then we'll press 3. Go back out, lower myself down, do some more rescues. So that gets me all set for rescues, so that should work fine. Let's go ahead and... I need to try to configure the harnesses. So harnesses is going to be 1 and 2 are toggles, so that's going to be winches up. This is down. 3 is going to be push. That is arm out. In. This is going to be arm down. Is that down? Yeah, I think it's arm down. And that's push. Alright, good. So let's give that a spawn. Theoretically, I could do 1 winch, but it will twist. This will not twist. That's one of the reasons why I'm not doing 1. I don't want it to twist all up. Because the problem is if it twists, I might not be able to land on the ramp. So now I have to hold 5 to go where I want it. 3. I need to hold 3 to go where I want it there. Bingo. 6. Why is 6 not working now? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong key. 4. 6 was working. I was just pressing the wrong key. There we go. Press 6. 6 brings us up. Alright, so we're back over the ramp. Press F. Okay. Grab the person, put him in. Okay, good. So that's working. Let's go ahead and do a quick test while flying. Alright, so that's working. Let's get out of here. Alright, so let's go a heading of 130, altitude of 250, 250, altitude heading. Brake is off. Let's go ahead, start moving a little. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and press the spacebar, autopilot, throttle up, and it should raise us up. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm going to put a waypoint. They changed the physics sensor, which now I need to fix that, but it's better this way. So, let's go enter that in. Nav, GPS, work on a station keep. So as you can see, we're moving up on that axis. It will roll us. It's going to take a while, though. It's slow. So that's fine. We'll hang where we are. And it doesn't really matter for the test. So we'll test this out. I forget how long these are, so we'll see. But we're going out for a rescue, so I'm going to do it all from first person. So we want to go 5 down. We want to go 3 out. 5 some more. Alright, then I want to start lowering myself down. Just 1. Alright. Now we're going down to do our rescue. Yay. So we lower down. Go rescue the peeps. Alright, so that looks like the end of the wire. So that's fine. But, and see, we have a good long reach. If we had heavy seas, we can still do it. So I am content with that. Beautiful. Alright, so I need to fix the station keeping so it's actually going to the right spot. So we will launch. Let's go back to this here. This is configured now, so I need to check it. I'm going to just replace this with this one because this one has the seats all configured. Alright. And then what did I do on this one? This should be 5-6. Alright, so that is good. My mouse button does not want to work now. Awesome. Makes me glad I bought a new one. Alright, good. So that is good. Clean this up a little bit. Alright. Alright, so this will be Night Owl Rescue Harness. This can come away. We'll cut that. Nope, don't do that. Do this. There we go. Okay, it still has the box over there. It's fine. But, I don't know if this box is current. Let me check this box. Probably broken. Nope, it's done with box. Is good. So we're good. Alright. So we'll just move this and we'll put it away. What is it? Let's see the size of it. It is a 2x3. Let's find a 2x3. Forget which fuel tank has more fuel in it. Beautiful. Look at this right here. Alright, go in right there. This is why I don't like the... don't you dare do color swap. Get out of there. So I don't like the bucket as it colors up all that crap that I don't want. Let's go white. Alright, good. So this is going to go in there. And now we have a ability to do rescues now. So I'm going to need to fix the station keeping. Let's check this physics sensor, see if the physics sensor is up to date. Alright, so where's the physics sensor? So they updated the physics sensor. I'm trying to see if they updated the block itself. What's that? Altimeter? Where the hell's physics sensor? Okay, where the hell is it? Where did I put it? Let's see. I need... Oh, it's composite. So it's composite. Right here, physics sensor. Okay, so this is the updated physics sensor. That's good. So it has all the new information in it. So one thing they added here was compass. If we highlight the physics sensor, you'll see the compass is 17. So what that is useful for is, say, my autopilot panel. The autopilot panel now is so much easier with the physics sensor because I can get rid of, I think, altimeter as well. Altimeter, compass, roll, tilt, linear speed, all those are part of the physics sensor now. So that really will cut your panels down to size. So that's good. I'm not going to screw with it right now, but that's done. So I need to fix the... what do you call it, station keeping. So let's see what's up with this. This is good misbehaving. I put it down here, I put it down here. Alright, so my bearing micro is giving me the data for this. Alright, so I'm going to update this panel a little bit. And what I want to do here is I want to go in. Let's see. Let's get rid of P-pitch for now. Alright, P-pitch is now going to be physics sensor. Alright, physics sensor, that's composite input. Okay, good. Let's find where P-pitch was. Should be up here somewhere. What the hell is it? Oh, P-pitch is all the way up here. Alright, did I move it down here? Where the hell did I put it? Is it one of these? Physics sensor right here. Okay, good. So that's this. This is now going to do a bunch of stuff. So, for example, if I read number 17, physics sensor, I didn't change it over. Pause. All right. Physics sensor 17 is now compass. So compass is right here. Okay. So compass now goes to here, and compass now also goes to there. And we can get rid of compass. That is nice. All right, good. This is the 17, 18, 15, 16. I need to go in there. How is it? Where did I put it? Where the hell did I put the bearing panel? Jet turbine controller, lights, electrical fuel, where, gyro? Where are you, man? Where the hell is it? Okay. Physics sensor needs to plug into the physics sensor. AP monitor touch, bearing micro right there. Where's the oh, it's up here. I stuck it up here. Okay. The bearing panel right here. So it's 17, 18, all these. So here they are, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 15 is my X comparison. $16 is my... Okay, so that's my X, this is my X. So I'm gonna write these numbers down. So what this is doing is this is either picking, do I want to use the keypad or do I want to use the radio? And so that's this. So what that is that is the X coordinate from the GPS. Which we can actually get rid of the GPS now and change it to physics sensor, but we'll do that in a little bit. Is 15. Then it compares it at 16 is X from the GPS. So this will be keypad. That'll be GPS is 16. Then it should be Y's throughout. So it'll be Y. Y is 17, 18. 17, 18. So let's see. That is... okay, so they're good. So those are appropriate. Alright, so let's see where we're at here in this one. Alright, so 17 is just the X read. 18 is the X area, okay. Not getting any sort of roll is the problem. So which one is roll? Bottom is roll. Okay. So it's pitching for X and is rolling for Y. That's roll right here. Roll going to the bottom one. It is. Okay, why is it not doing it though is the question. That is the question. Clamp, it's under clamped, okay. X times pi squared minus 1. Okay, goes in there. Alright, let's change this so we have P roll. Let's plug that back in here. Let's check the condition for turn on. So turning on, this needs to be X and Y and Z and W, okay. So you need 9. 9 is on. 9 is master autopilot, okay. You need to be less than 15 meters per second. Okay, that's in there. You need to be, okay, so it needs to be X and Y. Those need to be on, and it can be or ZW. So ZW is if we're doing nav or GPS mode. So that's fine. Or radio or GPS mode, that's fine. That's going to turn these on. Alright, so that's fine. Let's play with the P-roll for a bit. Let's just double it for now. Let's just go to 0.1. I just want to see if it does it. Alright. So I want it to be able to go over to that waypoint and sit over that waypoint. Right now it's not rolling to move that axis, so I need it to. So we want to go a heading of 130. We want to go an altitude of, let's say, 150 feet this time. Pre-select those. I want to put in my keypad. Take the brake off. Let's move forward. And so I changed the p-value by 10 times, so it should be 10 times more sensitive now. Alright, so autopilot, set, zero the fans, raise. Alright, so we're going up now. Let's go. We want GPS. Okay, it's going backwards. Why? Okay, there it goes. Okay, what is it doing then? It's going backwards. What's it's doing here. Trying to see some pattern in what the hell it's doing. Alright, so I had this before. It's holding its position, but it's holding the wrong position. Notice how it's holding the position right here over the trees. Should be over there where the waypoint is. So we'll do a quick test. Move it over here. Alright, so it's going closer now. I wonder if the X and the Y are swapped out. Could be the X and the Y are swapped out. I bet the X and the Y are swapped out. Because see, it's staying off, but it's staying on the same axis here. But it's not controlling the correct axis there. I don't know. You know what? You know, so see how exacerbated the pitch is? I bet I have the pitch and the roll backwards. Because remember I just increased that p-value, so let's play that. Let's check that. So one test I can do here is, well, let's just do this instead. Just go like this for now. And I might have these backwards. Actually, I don't want that. Let's fix that p-value. I don't want it going crazy anymore because that really doesn't help me. But I increased the p-value very high just to see if it was going to move correctly. So. Alright, so spawn this up. Let's get going. Yeah, CG, what do you want for the, you know, what do you need for the new player build series 2? Like, what are you looking to learn? Try and get more feedback on that so I know what people want me to make. Alright, so let's get up on heading and altitude. Now let's engage GPS. Alright, so it's definitely steering away. Alright, so I don't think they were backwards. Let's quickly check out the katydid. The katydid is working with the station keeping system, so... This definitely goes to roll. I'm trying to figure out why it's not doing it, it's the question. So this is X plus Y. Okay, that's why. I have it plugged into Z. Okay, it should be X plus Z. That would do it. And is this, that's correct? Okay, yeah. So let's just do X plus Z on that one. So that was the problem there. That I had the formula wrong because I copied it and then plugged it in the wrong node. Alright, let's try it now. Still not rolling though. I need to fix that, but let's get the pitch correct. No, that will do the roll. Yeah, the roll was shut off, so hopefully this fixes it. Still a little bit rambunctious, but that's just tuning the p-value, so that's not the end of the world. How's it going, Jason? Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking is bearing system. I'll go over the bearing system here a little bit. I have to go to, you know, I have to leave for dinner in like an hour and a half, but I'll go through that. Maybe I'll make that the tutorial. We'll see if I can. I need you guys to tell me if it's comprehensible, what I end up talking about. Because like I don't know a lot of trigonometry, so I've you know taken the trigonometry from others, so I don't necessarily know why it works, but I know what to put in there to make it work. So you know, I can show you how the bearing panel works, and that way. So I like the bearing panel a lot. That really helps people to get to where they need to go, and it's pretty simple. So maybe I'll do a little bit of Lua too, because I need, you know, main thing for me to get better at Lua is just doing some of it. So. All right, so we're gonna go up here. Let's put in the GPS coordinates. All right, climb up. Alright, we're gonna go nav, GPS. There we go, it's rolling now. So that was just a simple, stupid mistake that I didn't connect it correctly. So see, it's going right to the waypoint. Gorgeous. Alright, so that's right at the waypoint. Beautiful. Nice. So that's over the waypoint. Alright, so then what we do is we get out. We dump the ramp. Actually, I want to get in the harness first here and just raise it up. Yeah, the Night of the Drunk Owl. Yeah, I think bearing system will help a lot of new players. Is, you know, and will also, like I said, you know, if you always have the training wheels on, you're never going to learn. Oh, that was sucky. If you always have the training wheels on, you're never going to learn to ride the bike. And so I consider, like, you know, it's kind of like I talk about. If you drive with the GPS on all the time, you never see the landmarks and know why, you know where to turn. You just wait for the GPS to tell you to turn somewhere. Well, as soon as you lose the GPS, you have no clue how to navigate anymore. And so I think a bearing system helps you understand navigation better. Okay, you know, this is the heading I need to go to get there. You know, okay, this is why. Alright, so this is going to be how the Night Owl will do rescues. And so now, you know, I've been really wanting to do a career build series video, but it's been tough because I need to be able to, you know, I really, you know, one of the reasons I put it down for a little while was, you know, I kept getting all these rescue missions. And I was going to have to add all these systems to the helicopter, which, you know, that's a cool helicopter I built, but I'm just not feeling it. There's some much more in love with. So having this system will allow me to actually get in there and do some rescues. And if you watch the first career build series, I had a rescue up in the Arctic with katydid, and the waves are at like 65 feet tall. And so katydid had to sit about this high in order to not get hit by the waves. Like the waves were almost hitting the bottom of katydid. And so I would drop myself down in the trough of the wave with this, and I could still do the rescue even in insanity, you know. Alright, so there we go. Let's go press 1. Let's get off of this, Johnny. Alright, so that's going to hang nicely like that. That's going to pepperoni. Keep getting criticized on the official Discord that I keep posting the same picture, but I only have a couple pictures of this. So, let's change this up a little bit. Ah, you suck. There we go. Try not to be under the map. Alright, and so go do your rescue, grab the person, throw the person in here, jump in this harness, press the right button, cat, get out of the way, please, cat. Alright, then these raise back up. Yeah, that's a good point. Let's throw a little weather on here. There's 60% wind. It's gonna hold it. It just wants to. It's just gonna weather vane. So what I mean by weather vane is, see how it points itself in the wind? That's called weather vane. The little, for those who don't know, the little wind thing there is a weather vane. So you notice it has no problem, but it needs to face the wind. So even though I'm trying to tell it to yaw to the right to 130, it's gonna weather vane. But as you can see, it's having no problem. It's just weather vane. So even if the wind shifts, it should be fine. Yeah, I'll probably do the bearing system and then maybe do a rescue car at some point in the new player build series. This is Night Owl. Night Owl is a VTOL jet. And as you can see, I'm doing some rescue testing with it. So... Alright, so now we're up here, and I want to press the 6 key to raise the... Actually, I don't want to raise the boom any. Lower the boom. Let's go ahead, and we want to go in, so we're going to go 4 and 6. Raise the boom up. 4 and 6. Alright, now we're up. Okay, so let's pretend I have somebody on my side there. So somebody's next to me. I pressed F. I'm on the ramp. I then grab them off of here, walk them up, dump them in the seat, and then I can go back down, get more. So that works. We're up to 60% wind. So you see it's trying to pitch to maintain. Let's see if it's actually maintaining. Looks like it's falling back just a hair. Maybe, but look, it's not bad. And I can actually fix that. So let's go in here. And what I could do is, what's my new heading? 016. So let's change the heading to 016. 016. And let's do this. So all I need to do is start adding a little bit of fan, because it's using the pitch to maintain that. So see, I added a little bit of fan, and notice how it took its own pitch out. So what I've done is I've equalized my thrust going forwards with the wind. So what I've essentially done is negated the wind. And now it's going to go back to pitching to maintain its attitude. So I'm going forward just a little. Let's back off the ducted fans just a little bit. That might have been too much. Tap one, tap up. So I just tapped one tap up on the ducted fans there, and as you can see, it can now maintain at 100% wind, no problem. So that works pretty well. But yeah, so that's doing good work there. So that's just maintaining. And that's something I do just as a policy. You always want to be heading in the wind with an airplane anyway, because all that airflow is going over my wings, giving me lift. So that, that will give me, the rotors don't have to do as much work that way. I'll read through chat really quick. Boolean is essentially, it's on-off. So the on-off signal, say press button 1, that's Boolean. And so let me show you what the Boolean block does. So this is actually working really well now. That's awesome. All right, let's save this here. Let's get rid of that. this. So if we look at the Boolean block, yeah, this one has Booleans in it. So if we grab Boolean block, Boolean is an on-off signal. So for example, there are multiple Booleans. So if you go to composite read on-off, that is a Boolean. Boolean is either on, off, that's Boolean. And so if you look up the Boolean block, you have two here. And the only difference between these two is one of them has more connections. The reason you want to use a Boolean block is this. Say, for example, I put in an OR, okay? So I say I want a light, and I want the light to turn on if I press 1. All right, so that'll be button 1 from whatever, or button 2. So if I press 1 or 2, the light is going to come on. So let's just, we'll take a, I don't want to, here, we'll add light. I can do it here, so. Let's actually do this instead of playing with my panel here. I just saved it. Let's do a, I'll do a quick little Boolean. So here we go. If we go in here, let's go ahead and symmetry. Why is that there? Give me this. I wish it would just read my mind and give me the block that I want instead of the block I actually click on. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll do some Boolean work here. So let's do a light. And so at the end of the day, the light is what we want to control. So here's a light. Simple light. Okay, I don't want it to be white because of light sensitivity and I can't stand bright. Everything is in dark mode for me. So that goes there. Okay. Now we're going to take a blank microcontroller, which I just named one blank. If you want to name one, you can go up here and make one and name it whatever you want. I just named mine blank, so it comes up as an empty one block. Alright, so this is Boolean tutorial. Okay, so let's just make it big for now. Alright, so what we want to do is Boolean, we're going to start with just, we'll do a push button. Alright, so here's a push button input. Alright, and then we want to do an output on off, and that's going out to the light. So that's a Boolean going off out to the light. It's either on or it's off. Alright, and so we're going to go in here to our blocks, and we could do this. We could go push to light, so we could update that. We could do a push. I have infinite electricity on, so this would then go here, would go here, come on, drag here, and that will go to light. Alright, spawn it. Make sure infinite electricity is on. It is. Okay, good. Alright, I push the button. The light comes on. Okay, so that's simple. That's Boolean. Now we can make, we can actually start using the Boolean block. So now let's say, okay, I want to do an OR. OR is, you know, I would consider that a Boolean block as well, or Boolean, a way to interact with Boolean. So we have the push button there. Alright, goes to the light. So we can do something else. So we could also do, let's say, toggle. So we have a on-off input, toggle. Right. So we go ahead, we take our toggle. So now we have a simple operation here. If I push the push or I push the toggle, it's going to let the light go. So we'd update that. We'd add a toggle. So here's a toggle button. Stick it there. Alright, so now the toggle will go into the toggle spawn. Alright. So I push the push, and I push the toggle, and it's on. Alright, that does nothing now. Okay, so see it's not doing anything now? It's an OR, okay? I can go in here, and so you could also do an AND. So let's go, we do AND. Okay, AND. So we grab an AND block. So now, in order to do light, I need to do push and toggle will do light. Okay, so we'd update that. Alright, spawn it. So now, if I do the push, nothing. If I do the toggle, nothing. If I do the push and toggle, we get the light. Okay, good. So now let's go in the Boolean block. So we'll grab Boolean. And again, the only difference is this one has more nodes than this one. So you can put in more conditions. Alright, so now if we go in the Boolean here, you have variables, constants, operators. So the variables are x, y, z, w. That's these. Alright. The constants, true or false. That's what a Boolean does. True or false. On or off. Then you have your operators. Your operators are what you're concerned about. So what this is doing is, so we have this AND block here, right? I can put an AND in here. If I do the AND symbol, that will do AND. If I do this up-down symbol that's under the backspace, that's OR, that's XOR, that's NOT. All right, so for example, we could do both of these operations in here. So for example, I could do push toggle. I could come in here, so that's plugged into X and Y, so I do X, and I want an OR, Y. That's the first condition we had. Remember, that was the same as this OR block. So now the Boolean is allowing me to do that. So XOR. So that's my OR again. All right. I could also go in the Boolean and I could change it over to the AND. So if I want to go AND. So this does what I did here. So I didn't have to change any blocks. I didn't have to add any blocks. I just changed that one little formula piece in there. And now that gives me the AND. So again, nothing, nothing, both of them, I get the light. So I just traded those two blocks for the Boolean. All right, so now what we can do is we can do more complicated stuff, and this is why you want a Boolean. So let's go ahead and we'll add a throttle. So this will be number input, throttle. Okay, so we're going with a throttle, and we'll set up a condition here. So we'd say if this is, let's do greater than. So if the throttle is greater than, and let's do a property number here of, let's say, 0.3. So if the throttle is greater than 0.3, we'll plug that in here. So if it's X and Y, let's do this. Let's do X or Y, and we want to put that in parentheses. So if it's X or Y, and then this one here is plugged into W, right? We skipped one, so that's W. So this light is only going to go if we are doing X or Y, and the throttle is greater than 0.3. So this is why Boolean blocks are really great, is it allows you to set up complicated hierarchies for example, like my autopilot has a lot of that. If my autopilot master is on, and the speed is less than 45 meters per second, and my GPS is on, it will read out the GPS signal to the autopilot. If the autopilot master is on and the speed is greater than 45 and the GPS is on, it will now control the pitch of the airplane with the elevators instead of those propellers that are in the wings. And so that allows you to set up some complicated hierarchy here. So 0 to 1, sensitivity is high, so we remember our condition. I need to pick one of these, right? So let's do toggle, and the light won't go on until I go over 0.3. Now I'm over 0.3, right? And it's an OR. So I can do the OR. I can still do this one, or I can toggle it and leave it on, but this has to be over 0.3. So you can start to see where this becomes important. So for example, let's say I wanted to do landing gear. All right, so I could say, I don't want the gear to come up on the ground, so I want the gear to come up when my gear selector is on, and when my distance sensor, or when my altimeter is greater than, you want to do distance sensor, when my distance sensor is greater than 10 meters. So you can put the switch up, but it's not going to bring the gear up until you get up off the ground. So that's what a Boolean does. A Boolean is essentially a way to do on-off. That's what Boolean is at its heart, is on-off. But that block allows you to put in really complicated hierarchies of how you want to set things up. So you can do all those things. You can do ANDs, ORs, XORs. I'm not super familiar with XORs or NOTs. So this allows you to set these up where you have to have certain conditions. So for example, you might say, okay, I only want my lights to come on when the master power is on. So if your master power plugs in X, you'd say, okay, I want X and Y and W. And so that would mean so that if the master power is on and you press the button and the throttle is greater than 0.3, bingo, you get a light on. So I'll check some more chat. Does that answer your question there, CG? Yes, the Night Owl is the name of the plane. It's going along well, Oceanic. So I fixed the little issue again. You know, I have almost 5,000 hours in game, and I make these little connection problems all the time. You know, it's like my issue with the whole station keeping was a simple, and it's You know, I talk about how I like to have all my lines clean. That's the cost of having your lines clean. Is this was supposed to plug in a Y initially, and I plugged it in here. I plugged it in the wrong spot, and I didn't see it because I hide my lines. So is that more frustrating to hide your lines? It can be, but I like it clean. So when I come in here, this looks clean to me. Like, this is bugging me right now, these all crossing. This looks good, and I can easily find stuff. This makes sense to me. It doesn't overload my ADHDS brain. This doesn't overload me. That's why I like my line straight. Like, even this, like, is bugging me here. Like, I want to go like that, something fierce. But, like, now that fixes it. So, let me just read some chat here. Yep, so, SPC8, I tested that. It works pretty well, doesn't it, in max wind. That was something with Katydid, too. Katydid could also station keep in 100% wind. You need to think of a lot of aviation is you're canceling out the wind, or you're considering the wind. So the consideration with the wind in that case was, if the wind is coming at us at 90 knots, you'd essentially give the plane enough thrust to cancel that out. And so you give it enough forward thrust, well now guess what, your relative velocity is 0. Not too much citrus. I built I fixed Night Owl. So Night Owl now, I fixed the station keeping so it hovers over its point, and then I made a system here of harnesses that will go up and down for rescues. Yep, so it works well in the weather there. All you're doing is canceling out the wind. So, like, if the wind's 90 knots coming towards you, as long as you give it enough thrust that would counteract that 90 knots, your relative velocity is now 0, and then the pitch can take over again and pitch you to where you want to go. The other thing I could do, I don't like to do it, is you can increase the p-value on the pitch in the station keeping system. What it will do is it will pitch even more. And the problem is, because your p-value is going up, it is now overreacting. So that's an issue. Thank you, appreciate that. My background is in aeronautical science. So my degree is in aeronautical science. I was an airline pilot. So I have a practical application for flight, and my degree is in aeronautical science. Nope, I fixed the barrel roll. So I'll tell you what the barrel roll is caused by. So let's bring up the... Did I save this? Let me just double check, make sure I saved this. I actually want to delete this out before I save it. So these harnesses, I don't want these hanging and banging around in the back here all the time. What I'll do is when I want to bring them in, I'll bring them in, and then I will attach them. So all I have to do is if I want to bring those in, just grab them like this. I'll get rid of that panel, and then I'll attach them. So let's do a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35 by, what did I do? Nope, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30. Okay, right there, 30. Let's try 30 on that. Okay. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. So I'm setting this up, so these will go, that will go bye-bye. This here will go, we need to actually cut it to make it work, so we'll go, cut that, cut, and we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Let's try that. This is trial and error. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll load up Night Owl. And now I want to bring this back up. So I didn't save it, you bastard. Okay, let's load it. Here. Okay, that's where I want to be. Let's just do this. So I know it's about 30. Let's go like this. You're getting deleted. And then let's go 30-ish. I'm still not sure if 30 is the actual number. Cut that. And we'll go back like that. Somehow I missed that other friggin' harness. Because it's wider is why. Stress, 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 stress. Okay, good. Come on, drag, you sucker. Alright, and that's gonna go like that. Come on, just cut, you scum. Cut, cut. Doesn't want to drag because it's two different parts. Cut. Let's just go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, paste. Alright, save this now, actually this time. Save that. And so the whole reason I'm doing that is when I load up Night Owl and I put that in, it will be right where I want it. Alright, so it needs to, let's see. It needs to go back 1. Does it? There, this needs to be deleted. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Alright, so it needs to go back 1, and it needs to come up 1, 2, 3. Back 1 and up 3. Okay. Alright, cut. Back 1. 1, 2, 3. Save it. Load Night Owl. There's a little stuff that this is a little bit of a pain to do, but in the long run, this saves you a bunch of time because every time I want to load this harness in, all I have to do is this. So let's save Night Owl. And what we're going to do is we're going to load in the harness. And bingo, it's right where I want it. So now all I have to do is paste it. And I come to the ropes. And Night Owl is ready to launch, all set up. So that's why I do that. Yep, no more barrel roll. I meant to show you what the barrel roll is all about. So in my stall plane, for example, I do the autopilot. Most of my planes, I do the autopilot a little differently. So the way the autopilot works, if I can find the friggin' thing, I think it's on the other side on this one. There it is. So autopilot here, the way I control my altitude, which I'm going to switch over to the other system. This was a good idea, but it's not working in practice right. So the way you set up the way you do your altitude in real life in a say an airline or a jet is or any really airplane is. Let's say they tell you you're at 5,000 feet. They tell you to climb, maintain flight level 300, which is 30,000 feet. So you know, okay, I want to climb at about, say, 2,000 feet per minute. So what you would do is you would go to vertical speed mode, and you'd spin in 2,000. And what it's going to do is it's going to climb you at 2,000 feet. It's going to maintain a vertical speed until it gets within about 1,000 feet, and then it's going to join. So that's the system I really need to get after is make it. So I had that in there for a little while. Mouse button killing me. When it was within, the altitude was within 100 feet, it would then switch over to this mode. And what this mode does is very simply, it's essentially an altitude. And you put in your desired altitude, you have your current altitude, and the PID automatically will pitch you. The problem with that is because 5,000 to 30,000 is a 25,000 foot difference, it really wants to pitch you up very steep. And you know, as a pilot, I still want to climb out of 2,000 feet. I don't want the passengers falling out of the seats and hitting the back. I don't want all the crap all over the place. I want it to be comfortable. I don't want to stall. All these reasons. So you want 2,000 feet. And then in the last 1,000 feet, that's when you want it to recapture automatically. And so that's essentially what I need to get to. So it was doing backflips. This works fine in a regular plane, but with the way that Night Owl is set up for VTOL and everything, what would happen is this number would go insane and go crazy, but it was clamped. So the PID would go up to like, it would ask me, it would say like, if I had a big differential there, it would try to climb me out at say 40 meters per second vertical speed rate. And I would limit it to 10 is the most I'd want. And that then would feed into the altitude. And so all it's doing is this is just maintaining the vertical speed. The problem is when this shoots up to 40, you know, meters per second, as soon as it gets close, it shoots down to like negative 40 meters per second. And so, as you can imagine, it's asking for a high pitch angle. I'm saying you can't have it. And then it instantly says, I want a lot, and it dumps it down to instantly, it would go negative 10 and do a front flip. So what I did was I deleted this out, and I went back to a more standardized system until I reconfigure this. So the plan is this. What it's going to do is it's going to have this system again here, where it's going to say, okay, you're going from 5,000 feet to 30,000 feet, and I'm just gonna before I was actually spinning in what vertical speed I want, but pretty much I'm gonna say, okay, I want like 2,000 feet per minute. So you'd say, okay, I want 2,000 feet per minute. Let's say 15 meters per second climb rate, and it's going to automatically do that as soon as it gets within 1,000 feet of it. So as soon as it's at 29,000. Now it doesn't need a huge amount of vertical speed, and it switches mode from the vertical speed hold over to the just a capture, and that's what they call it, is altitude capture. We had to actually get a little light that would show altitude capture, and that's what it does in real life. Is it goes from a vertical speed hold over to an altitude capture mode. And we had something called flight level change, where if you press flitch, is what we called it. If you press flitch, it would do essentially what these pivots do, and if your altitude differential was 25,000 feet, it would try to bring the nose up too high, it would try to drop the nose too low too fast. It was incredibly uncomfortable and miserable. It would never capture the altitude right, and so we would manually put it in vertical speed, and then once it was within 1,000, it would auto switch over, and it didn't need to do a big pitch. So it's like when people, you know, are so concerned about getting their PIDs perfectly tuned, it's like IRL, they're not that good. You know, like IRL in the airplane, it was miserable. We just stopped using the system because it was no good. So I'm just going to read some chat. Can I XML a rocket to 100 for added weight? Yes. Yeah. We can actually do a test with that. Let's do a test. That'll be fun. So let's go ahead here. We'll start up a test. This will be a little XML editing. Citrus was asking. So for added buoyancy in your boat, the best method to do now is not the pivots. You don't want a ton of sub bodies. That adds a lot of lag. What you want to do is you want to do these rockets. And so essentially what we'll do here is let's do a pivot. Do a large one. These big pivots tend to have less problem with physics. So we'll go max power 0. That makes it into a bearing. It doesn't. It won't hold its position. It acts like a bearing. We'll go ahead and we'll go out equidistant like so. All right, and we'll put something here. So battle cannon piece. Battle cannon extension. You'll see these on a lot of people's build. The reason they do it is it's a 3-block item, so it's a 1x3. Mass is 40. If you do weight blocks, it is a. If you do weight blocks, I'll show you. Weight blocks, each of these is 10. So you'll see it like a lot of people's builds, they'll have these battle cannon pieces, and the whole reason is this here is 30, this is 40. So as you can see, you know, so that's what this rig is going to test. So what we want to do here is, all right, so what Citrus is asking is, you could take a rocket motor. So you take a small rocket booster, and if you look here, you have fuel. 100% fuel weighs something, okay? So I don't know what's going to weigh, but, you know, that's what you do. So what I like to do is I go to 0.99. That's just easy to find. All right, we're going to save this as rocket. Let's do a weight pendulum. Let's do weight pen. I guarantee I didn't spell that right. I can't spell for crap anymore after I can't I think, is it seesaw like this? I think it's seesaw like that, yeah. I can't spell for crap anymore. Now that everything autocorrects, I just completely am terrible at spelling anything. Alright, so weight seesaw is saved. Alright, so we're gonna go, and I'll show you when I get the path up here, but go ahead. I'm going to find the file there. So, where are we at here? Data, vehicles, weight seesaw. Okay, so here is the weight seesaw. And what we do is Control F. What I want us to do is 0.99. Enter. Right here, you see solid rocket nozzle small. Fuel factor 0.99. That's why I do 0.99. And double digits, easy to find. Then what we want to do is let's change this. What do you say? 100? 100. Let's save that. All right, so let's go ahead and I should be able to load this up. So this is saved now. Saved? Is it saved? It is. Okay. So let's go back in. Let's spawn this. So this is before I edited it. Okay, I've yet to edit it. So this is the old version with this unedited. So that has 0.99 fuel. When I load in the new one, it will have 100 fuel. All right. So let's load in the new one. No, I don't want to autosave. I want the other one. This one. And notice. So we're able to edit the weight in. And it's probably because that thing's so heckin' heavy that it's bouncing like that. But that there will, yeah, so that works perfectly, as you can see. So quick little test there to show, but that will do it. Let me see. I'm glad you're enjoying the music. Yeah, I like some synthwave myself. I have not driven the Pinnacle today, Porquet. Where is the... I don't even see the comment. Okay, there it is. I was looking for the comment. Yeah, but as you can see, you can add weight with this. So this is the new method a lot of people are doing for weight changes in their builds. It's very low on physics issues, so you don't have much issue with that. But as you can see, you can add weight. So instead of adding a bunch of battle cannon pieces, you can add one of those with the weight in there. But yeah. What does chaff do in Stormworks? So chaff, I believe, I don't use it much, but I believe it is confusing the radio signal, the radar signal. So when you have something in game, it will give you a radar signal. If you go ahead on the... So like what you put on the front of your missile is radar generally. You'd put this radar on. What this is doing is searching for targets. You pop a chaff, my understanding is it's making a lot of phantom targets. And now it has to pick a target that might not be you. And so, you know, if the missile sees one target you and you pop chaff and there's 10, now there's 11 targets, 10 of them chaff, one of them you, it's going to try to, it may hit one of the other targets that's not you and miss you. So, let's see, what else did I want to do? Let's play with something here. So, what time is it? I have time. Okay. Let's go ahead and do truck. All right, so we're going to take the PAT 6 flat chassis here that I have, and I want to build a real mini truck. I released that mini truck yesterday. The issue with it is that it is a little bit on the oversized side, so let's play with this here. And I want to build a quick little mini truck, so we're going to use some components out of here. Mainly going to use the panels, so let's go ahead and we'll actually start fresh. I've been wanting to build a different mini truck here. So let's go and do this. I'm trying to build a proper mini truck, so I want to do that. So let's go 3 there. This is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm going to build it asymmetrical, but you got to do what you got to do here. So that's going in like that. No, it'll be fine. It'll just central seating. Okay, and then we'll go... padded seat for now there. Okay, so that is my seat and my other seat. So it's going to be a 2-seater. Often the right-hand drive if they're Japanese. Do I make a right-hand drive? I'll do a right-hand drive. That'll be a fun little change. Yeah, let's do a right-hand drive. I've never done a right-hand drive. That'll be fun. A little bit of a difference. Something different. Something change. And I need to move it. Crap. That's right. That's correct. Okay. Are we equidistant here? Yeah. Okay, we're equidistant. Okay. Just it threw me being backwards like this. All right, so I want to make this as tiny as humanly possible. So it's going to be a cab over. It's going to need to be one more block because of that. But I could probably... Yeah, let's cut here. Okay. And then I want to get this as low as possible, so this is where it's going to be a pain, is I need to cut in my tire here. I think we'll be able to do it all right, but I need to kind of try here. The tire's going to have to cut in there. I could go one back here. That's a... let's go one back. Alright, that needs to be... Okay, that's fine. And then... let's go pipe. I'm trying to get this as small as possible. This is really the goal, so I need to... You know, that's one thing that's kind of cool in Stormworks is, you know, a small build is very challenging, so it's kind of fun to do because you just run into space constraints. And when you place your wheels, you usually want to place the port one first. If you do that, the arrows will be in the right direction. So they need to go in and down one. Okay, that's fine. So that will actually help us a little bit. So let's go in and down one. Okay, that's actually not too bad. That's pretty good. And let's cut this. Let's put that back like so. Okay, good. And then we'll go... a little bumper on there. Actually, most of them had non-existent flat bumpers, so let's kind of stick with that, but it will go down one more. And I'll angle it. Just trying to get it to look like a Honda Acti or something. The Daihatsus, maybe. And let's go... cut you, we'll go... try to do as little of a wheel well as I can. I'd like to have a really small mini truck. I have one, but it doesn't really look as good as I'd like, so I kind of want to build one out. See, the problem too is glass. You know, we need more windows. Everybody asks for windows, and the devs just are very resistant to it. That's another reason I want to have a padded seat as a seat. Like, you notice, the steering wheel takes up a ton of space, and it makes it so that I can't go over it. Padded seat, I don't have that issue. So I might do a flat window on this. I'll probably end up doing a flat window on this. Because, like, I can't get as close as I would like with this window, and I don't want to extend the bumper out. There's a lot of these mini trucks, see, like, that would be perfect. It won't let me do it. See, like, I can't even put it up there, so I'm gonna have to go flat window on it, which isn't the end of the world. So some of them have pretty flat windows on them anyway. So the only thing that's keeping me from cutting off this one front block is the stupid steering column, which the problem is it's a dark color, so I can't actively put if I want this to be white, which I do because the Actis were white, I have to cover with a block to do it. So let's do that. And then the bed. Okay, I'm trying to think of the bed. The bed will be fine. The bed will be at this level. I don't think it's going to be this long, but I want to kind of, yeah, it's definitely not going to be that long, but I'm just doing it for visualization. Okay, that's good. Let's copy that and push the axle back right there. All right, nice. So that is the bed of mini truck. And it probably have just exposed wheels in there. All right, so engine. So a lot of the mini trucks have their engines right here. So we're gonna. This is where like this gets fun to me is building some tiny, tiny little motors, engines, stuff like that. That is interesting to me. So that's the other great thing about modulars. Like I think back to the game before modulars, and it was just like ugh, because it was like. You know, you didn't have any space for any of this stuff, so we'll build it this way, and then I'll fix it later. We'll just build it right here. Let's get rid of symmetry. Make it a... So they were... a lot of these were 3 cylinders, so let's... See, this is the thing. Let's make it a 1 cylinder, because displacement-wise, this is probably actually fine as a 1. Alright, that's fine there. Let's see. I need to think of all my connections. That's what gets obnoxious here. So let's do starter. We need a starter. We're going to need an alternator. Let's go up one with the bed because I think that's just going to cause a lot fewer problems for me. And I don't think it's really going to matter in the grand scheme of looks and whatever. So let's cut that like that. Alright, that's better, I think. And then let's go like this. There we go, I think. Alright. Okay. That way I can do a vertical motor. That way I can do a vertical motor a little bit better. Because on the Acti, the engine was right here behind the cab. Because they're so tiny, you don't have a lot of space. So that will give me a better spacing for drivetrain. And then I'm going to do centralized engine offset drivetrain, essentially. So we'll do that. So what I want to do is... And this is all in service of trying to make sure I can plug all my belts in, my belt drives in, and still have enough nodes, because I need to be able to attach to all the nodes that are on the cylinder head. And I need 3, and I have 3, so. There's alternator, alternator, alternator. Where you at there, guy? Let's do this side. Let's do pump. We'll do air-cooled, so I showed Citrus this. Let's send a link about the air-cooled on there. Oh, what do we need? That's fine. I can put a manifold to put more nodes on. All right, so here's the lump of the engine. That's going to go right here, where it is in the Acti, which is under... So there's a panel in the bed, and they're little 600cc motors. Is that really gonna show? It is. Okay. Let's offset the engine 1. I didn't want to, but I think I will. I'll offset the engine by 1. Nah, I won't. I'll back it up 1. We'll be fine. I'll make it work. Alright, and so that's gonna be that, and then I want to do... I'll build a new transmission for this. So we'll try it with three like this. It's not gonna it's not gonna make a ton of power, so I don't need a huge transmission. And then we're gonna come in here, and it's gonna go. Okay. And this will be all-wheel drive. These were real. That's where the pump is, huh? It doesn't matter. It's gonna be in the way if I'm not careful. So I need to cut off one, so that's fine. We'll go like this. That's all right. That's gonna work fine. So. Alright, so there carries it through. And then we're going to put in facade like this, but I'm not going to put it in until... I'm not going to put that in until, you know, I have this built so I don't have to look at it. Alright, so that's good. What else do we need? So, that is space now. Okay, so this is going to be... coolant manifold. And it's gonna be air cooled for space concerns. Let's do air cooling manifold. I'm just trying to space everything out so I know where my space is gonna be here. That's gonna be tough to get back down. Just give me some space problems here. This has to come up. Yeah, this has to come up, so that's fine. Get back to chat in a second. I'm just kind of trying to get this built a little bit so I know where I'm headed. Alright, so what we're going to do here is take the air cooler, which I always put it the wrong way the first time, so likely that's what's going to happen. I'm going to fix it. Now that is going to go too low if I do it like that. Okay, we can go under the pipes. Let's do that. That's fluid out. What are you? Fluid in. Okay, so of course, like I said, it's backwards, so. We're gonna have to run into some issues here in a second. I'll have to figure out. But, so far, we're doing all right. So this is my air cooler. It's gonna work off of a. I have so much more space over here. Why am I putting it on this side? Is the question. Let's do this. That's what I like about these small builds, is they're really challenging because of the fact that you just don't have the space for a lot of stuff, so it takes a little bit more planning, and it's kind of fun to play with. Why won't you attach, you scumbag? Okay, there we go. And I'll put the alternator on this side. So that is there, and let's get rid of this extraneous pipe there. All right, so that pumps through. Let's check all the connections. This has to go back one. All right, that's actually going to work in our favor. So this has to go back one. No, it doesn't. That's fine. Okay. Let's make sure these are going the right directions. We'll cut this, check this. That's fluid in. It's backwards, I bet. Fluid in. Nope, that's right. Fluid out, fluid in. Fluid in. So it's going to pass through the loop there. What are you? Air in. Okay, and you are air out. So this is going to be a ram. So this is just spitting out hot air. Nice thing with this, it can go anywhere. That's going to be hidden anyways. We're not going to see it under the facade. And then what we want to do is we want to go... So this is... Citrus was asking about this. If you could build air cooling. So this is how you have to air cool. And it's all based on the scoop. So the scoop is as you move forward, like you... So what I did for this was I did a rocket test rig. And I made a train on the tracks with rockets. And the only thing pushing the train was rockets. And that was just to show that it was velocity-based. And so you put a scoop and you'll get an airflow through this. So as you're moving forward, it forces air in here. It will force it through here and out. And then your water will pump water through this, and that air will strip the heat. So that's your most compact cooling method is right here. I put in a feature request for the devs to put in air-cooled cylinder heads. And so kind of my compromise would, you would have fewer of those connection nodes, and then on the sides of it, you would have cooling fins. And so two sides would be taken up by cooling fins, and the other two sides would be nodes. And that way, that would be kind of a cool way to have air cooling. But will they see it? Will they do anything? Who knows? So let's turn this to its former glory. Shouldn't need too much gearing on this just because it's tiny. I can also, like I showed with the little cart yesterday, that, you know, I have some tricks on my sleeves with slipping clutches, which is essentially like almost like a CVT. All right, so that is pretty well set in there. Let's get some stuff done here that I need. I need to do modular stuff here. So let's go. Where the hell are you at? Right there. Modular engine, fuel. And then I want to go tank. I'm trying to think if I can do this a little bit different here. Okay, yeah, we can do this different. So let's go like this. Let's go air. So let's go air facing this direction. Let's go fuel facing this direction. Nope, we can't do that yet. We need to go manifold. All right, so we need a manifold. This will give us more nodes. But I really like these small builds. They're a lot more different, a lot more fun, I think, than having a, you know, it's a challenge, and so it's like anything, you know, having a challenge makes it really interesting. You have to come up with some interesting solutions. You're not just kind of, you know, just kind of banging something together. You have to think about it, and that's fun for me at least. All right, so there's 2 fuel tanks. Then I want a hose anchor. All right, so we have our fuel is connected there. And then I need an impeller, and I need to figure out where I'm hooking this impeller up. So, imp. And the impeller is always a pain to get to be where I want it. All right, so that is fluid in, fluid out. And then that is the node there, so. What are you? Out? Out. Okay, so let's see. I want to go right here. Just trying to spatially figure this out before I do it. Luckily, your wheels can clip a little bit into things, and they don't cause too many problems, which is nice. So this here is going to go cut J. Like that. And this is going to plumb right there. All right, perfect. And this will allow us to have, even this tiny little motor will still be pretty powerful. Fluid out goes into there. Do an air filter. Right there. And then we will torque it up right there. Nice. All right, I'll merge that all up. There we go. So nice 1-cylinder. That big mini truck I released yesterday, that had 2 cylinders, and I have more than enough power. So this one should have no problem. So I don't think I can sneak a wedge in there. Nope. We'll go right to there. I think I want to go down one. Yeah, I do want to go down one. Okay. That's where the bumper is anyway, so we'll go down one. symmetry, and we'll go up there. Alright, so this has everything in it that it needs pretty much, I'm thinking. So size-wise, that looks a lot better for a mini truck. I think that's really doing it for me, the mini truck vibe on that. And I kind of like seeing a little bit of the componentry under there. That's kind of neat. That's looking pretty good, I think. More in the back here. That looks pretty good there. Oh, you're doing another, doing long nose Pete. Right, let's see. So we want to have movable, droppable gates on here. Try to get the cab kind of situated here. Problem as usual is just trying to flesh this out so it doesn't look ridiculously boxy and it doesn't squish the person's head, because the things will often look way too tall. So again, this is kind of my method, is I do a sculpt-in method where I just cut into it. So that shape-wise looks good. The height of the bed looks good with that, so that's all right. Nice. We'll carve it in. And we get some good shapes going here. Alright, and then let's go like that, I think. You know what, I'll XML a window in here. So that will get XML'd in. So let's do a 1x2 window there. And so there's a little tip for XML. So I need to go, so that's a 1x2, and it needs to go a total of, what is it going to be? 5? No, it's going to be 3 maybe? I don't know. Let me look. So what we'll do is we'll save this. So this will be the, let's see. This will be a Pack T mini truck from the Pat brand. It's the instead of Acti, this would be the Pack T. All right, and so I'm gonna go ahead and so I'll open up the same file I had before right here, the mini truck. And this is for window XML editing if people are interested. So Control V, window. Not Control V, undo that. Most certainly. Control F, window, right here, window 2x1. So we need to go in one of the directions. So we notice we have a -1, a 1, and a 1. So it's going to be one of these 1s. So I'm just going to guess, and I'm going to go, let's try 3, save. We'll go back to the game. We'll load in the mini truck, and we'll see. Okay, no. So that went the wrong direction, apparently. So let's go back here. Did I save it? I did. Okay, so this goes back to 1. Let's try a 3 here. Save it. Load it. And that went, so that went fat forward back, so it's probably the minus is what we're working with. So let's go to the, back to 1. This is going to be a -3. think it's 3. I'm not sure. We'll see when it gets in there. Alright, so it needs to be 5. So it needs to be the number of blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I couldn't remember if it was the one side or if it was both sides. So it's 5. So right here where I did -3, it's -5. That's just because it's facing a certain direction. Alright, we'll load that in. And that should go across the back. Beautiful. Okay, so there's our one window for the back. And so this here is going to be XML as well. So what we want is a 1x3. That goes in there like so. Okay, and this is the whole reason I did it this way is it reads, it was easy with the one window to do it first. All right, we'll go in here. Yes, upload it. Window, find next. So here we have, it's going to probably be, let's try that one. Let's go 5 again. Save it. We'll reload it. And as you can see, it was the same node, so that was easy to find. And that gives us the, that we could try to go angle a little bit on it, but let's triangle it a little bit. I'm not really thrilled with it. So what we can do is go, it's, what is it, Strunner's XML tool. So here it is. I'll put the link in the chat. So this is good. You can kind of play with these windows if you want. So for example, we can find, where are we at here? Window. We don't have a 1x3. We don't need it. Let's just do a window 1x1. And what I want to do is angle it back by 1 block. And so you notice that these will do the different fatnesses that I was just working with. But we can do the zeros. The zeros will angle it. And so I want to look what angling back is. So angling back is this one here. So that would be 4th. So we'll open it back up. We'll go to this window here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 1. Save. We'll reload it. And you see that was not in the right orientation because we're flipped 90 degrees to it, of course. So that's when this utility gets annoying. It doesn't line it up the way it is in game, so you have to try to figure that out. So, all right, so I wanted to go this way, so it needs to be, nope, that way. So let's go, was it 1, 2, 3? So where are we at here? 0. Okay, why is that being annoying now? I'll just play with it a little bit, see what I can do here. So let's do 1 there. I'll just walk through them instead of trying to figure it out. So that's not it. I was gonna keep changing these till I get the results I want. Luckily, it doesn't take too long. You just keep reloading your stuff. So I don't think this is gonna angle the way I want it, really. So, but we'll keep playing with it. See if I can't get the angle in it that I want. Back to that thing. Just kind of walk through it until I get where I'm at. Okay, so that's the right axis. It's gonna triple it, so it's not worth doing it. I'm just not gonna be able to get it to do what I want. Again, I wish the devs would just kind of give us more windows because I really want to be able to do a 1x3, but only have it tilt in by 1 block instead of tilting in by 3 blocks. But not going to be able to do it, I don't think. Some people can do it, but I'm not going to spend all day doing it. So we'll do a flat window for now. Okay. And then let's see what we want here. So that looks pretty good there, and then Let's go like this, I think. Let's go 1 by 3 by 1. Like that, and then I think I'll put the pedestal up here. No, definitely not. Alright, so that's kind of the windows of the mini truck. And I think we're 1 too high in the back here. That's better. Yep, that's a lot better. Go, kind of digging on that. Alright, now the grand prize of trying to get some microcontrollers all put in here, so. Alright, good, so that's looking pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and grab the, let's put it on the ground. Let's go ahead and we'll grab the truck chassis. And I have to redo the gearboxes here. Let me look at the numbers in the gearboxes, try to figure out what I'm doing here. So that's 3121. Try this. I'll run the numbers later, but we'll just get that in there for now, and I'll fix the transmission in a second. I'm going down 1 count on the gearbox. Alright, that's in. Let's go ahead and start hooking up microcontrollers and putting them in there. So, nice thing is with having a pickup truck bed, you have some space to put this stuff away. That look, that's not hitting anything, we're good there. Alright, so transmission's plugged in, I just need to redo the numbers now. Clutch goes to clutch. Pump clutch is going to be on this side right there. Fuel manifold is, we're going to put fuel right there. We have air manifold goes there. We have alternator goes on this side. RPS comes in from that one there. Starter. Radiator. We don't have a radiator on this one, so we don't need it. Alright. Let's go ahead and we'll grab all of this out of here. Actually, I'll grab the seat. What's linear speed going to? Nothing? Okay. So grab the seat, and I'll stick the seat in there because this one's pre-configured, so I don't have to redo a bunch of the stuff on there. Alright, that's good. Screw with the dash a little bit here. Gives me a little bit more space in here. Alright, we'll play with that in a second. Go ahead and get rid of all this crapola. Battery will come with. Out of space just to dump it under here. Give me the right drag angle, you scum. There we go. Alright. Check the electricity. Hook everything up. I cut the windows out just to be able to get in and out of it for now. I didn't hook up exhaust, I don't think. Nope, I didn't do exhaust. It's usually the one I forget. Alright, here is where exhaust is gonna go. So. No exhaust, we'll do it every time. Oh, I didn't hook up the engine composite, that will do it too. That's the other one I usually forget, engine composite. There we go. The idle is too low because of it's a very small engine. So the idle is presently too low. This bumper, I don't like the bumper so low in the back, but it's not bad. Let's just fix the idle here. So again, this is nice having this configurable. So where's the idle? Let's go an idle of 5. Let's do 4. Let's do clutch application. 5 is fine. Okay, I need to check out these ratios. So we're gonna go ahead in my gearing chart. I need to bring that up. I changed the gearing ratios around, so I need to fix it now. I decreased the size of my gearboxes down. The number down to 3, so I need to account for that. So here is the this is the truck that is in there, and I need to retune it. So this will be the transmission. Click on that. 3 box mini truck. Okay, 3 box mini truck. Let's go in here. Okay. So I have 3 gearboxes going in there. I deleted gearbox 2. So these are all going 1-1s because gearbox 2 is no longer in there. So if I delete off just 2, we have a 5-1. Oh, okay, so this here, it's not going to like that. So it needs to go, let's see, 3-1 again, maybe. And then I need reduction gear here of 5-9. There's a 3-3. And then I can go to the 5-6, which will give me the 1-6. All right. And then I want this 1-1, so that will be now a 5-9. Nope, that'll be a 5-6. 5-6. This will be a 5-9. We'll try that. What I can do is I can, can't really do too much. What I can do is see gearbox 3 here. 3 needs to be a 2-1. 2-1. Okay, that's better. So this one here is screwed up. I need to fix this one. I can't run 5 speeds. I can run a 4 speed on this one. All right, so those are our gears there, so that's not bad. That looks pretty good. So 5 to a 3 to a 1 6 to a 1. So they're about splitting. Not too bad. Again, this is a mini truck, not supposed to go super fast. I can change the whole gear ratios with 3, so if I want to raise or lower the entirety of it, I can do that. Check Discord. It's in Discord. Oh, you got the window? Okay. Thanks. What do you remember what numbers you used? Off the top of your head? If you can shoot me the numbers, I'll just quickly plug those in. Let's try these gear ratios here. I'll pull that off the side and run these gear ratios. So this box should be a let's see, 1131. Gear 2 is not there. Gear 3 is a 2-1, 2-1 negative, and then it's a 5695, 5695. Okay, let's go in here to the transmission. Okay, let me quickly, so I should be able to just copy this right out of the chat. Let's do this. Let's save this and bring it up. And here are Citrus's numbers. So let's do window. Where is it? Right here. Nope. Which window is it? That's 2x1. It's not that one. Window narrow. I have too many windows now. That's the problem. Window wedge. Problem is that I have 2 of these. Let's go like this. Let's go back in here. I'm just going to delete out all the windows except the one I'm working with. The one that's not already edited that I'm working with here. Let's do this. Okay, so that should be fine. Let's save that. All right. This is a 2x1, so it's got to be the other one. And so it's got to be this one here. And I'll put those numbers in. Nope. What window did you start with? I started with a 1x3 flat. Could be which direction you had it facing, if it's facing the other direction too. Okay, you did a 1x1. I did a 1x3. I'll go to a 1x1. That should fix it. Let's go. Where is the delete right there? Yeah, I'll go to a 1x1. You put a 1x1 in the center, right? Yeah, so we'll do that. That makes sense why it's different. Window 2x1. This should be it here. Window 1x1. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, come on, man. Why is this thing... It's annoying the way this text editor will do it sometimes. Let's try that now. Yeah, I forgot I have to do it by 1x1 or it just won't work. Yeah. So that's going to have to go in one. Let's see. Cut you. Will you go in without pissing off my seat? You will. Beautiful. Okay. Excellent. We can work with this. Trying to get a hold of this window. Where the hell do I have to grab it from? Right there. Okay. It's going to be annoying trying to grab it. Where is the actual window here? It's got to be right here. I don't know why it doesn't want to grab. Let's try going at it like this. I have to put a helper block on it. I'll put a helper block on it. Come on. Doesn't want to select the window here. See if I can find the collision of it. I need to find the collision to be able to hook a block to it, so. Alright, let's do this. Let's go. Okay. Alright, we'll cut those together. Bingo. Now we can use this helper block here to merge them. And then we can get rid of the helper block, and there we go. Beautiful. Alright. Thank you for that, Charles. This is when I gotta try to think if I do a... Trying to think what I want to do on the sides there to fix it. Symmetry's off, of course. That's looking good. I need to come up with something for this side here. Let's just do this. Let's do... For now, at least. So what I'm thinking, Citrus, is this. If I grab the 1x corner, if I grab the 1x corner, can I get that to stretch the way I want it? That's the wrong one. Where is it? Where the frickin' frack is the 1x? I want the 1x. Where the hell is that? I keep picking the wrong block. So I want this here stretched probably the same. Nope, it wouldn't be 5 wide. So I'm thinking this here may be stretched. I don't know. Do you have the right one? Yeah, the problem is the slope's going to be off. I need to take something like this to stretch it, but... I don't do a ton of window work, so it's tough to me to remember how to do them. We'll work on that in a second here. So the other thought is I can do this. I can take a 1x wedge here, putting it there and stretching it up to here. But then the problem is you still get issues here, so I got to stretch a glass block anyway. That's what's obnoxious with... That's one reason I don't do a ton of XML window blocking, is I then have to stretch the block up here as well. So let's grab... so 2x3 will go there anyway. I need to fill the space. Trying to think if I could stretch this up and over to meet this block here. Because it has to stretch by, what's a 2? That's a 3 spot, so that's not going to stretch properly. Oh, we'll figure it out later. But that's the windshield. That's how I want the windshield to be. All right, let's work on the gear ratios, getting the transmission set up. All right, so we're triggering 1. It's going to be 1, 2. We're going to be 1, 1, 2. Okay, so this is 1 and this is 2, and reverse. 1, 2 in reverse is fine. 2 is dead, so we're triggering reverse. 3 is for 3. And then 4 is now 2. We're triggering 4 for, what are we talking here? We're just triggering, that's even pulse, so we'll trigger it at 2 and 4. So 2 and 4. So 2 and 4. And that should make sure that starts at a 5, 6. It should be 5, 6, 2, 1. Or it should be, let's see. It should be 1, 1, 2, 1, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 1, 5, 6. 1, 1, 2, 1, 5, 6. Beautiful. Let's try this transmission out. Maybe hook up the steering. Check some chat while I'm here. If you use a 1x1 full, it will have vertical line at the end, a pillar, which I think would be better. So, the window piece, is that what you're talking about? 1x1 full corner, this one here. So, let's try it. So, yeah, see, how am I orienting this, though? That's the problem. Come on, Jay. I hate rotating these blocks sometimes. They're just obnoxious to rotate right. Yeah. Yeah, 1x1, either, like I was thinking a pyramid. If I get the pyramid right, the pyramid will essentially drag up and cover, because like I don't care if to try to bezel here, but then I've got to put a window segment in here. I wish they would rework these fracking windows, man. They're just obnoxious the way they did these windows. All right, let's get the gearbox set up here. I need to do my steering box. Let's go ahead and save this again. Let's see. Where's the mini truck that I released yesterday? So this mini truck is on the workshop. I put this on the workshop yesterday. I think it is the... Is this the seat back? It is. So I put it as the seat back. I want the seat as well. It's a nice thing using these paddeds too, is you can use microcontrollers as the seat backs, and then they end up, you end up being able to put microcontrollers in for the seats. All right, so this goes from my seat here to angular speed, so I need that in there somewhere. Let's go right here. Right there is good. Angular speed. I could switch it up for physics sensor. Let's do that. Can't see anything. Oh my god, just go where you belong. Which way is it? I think it's this direction. And then I want a hard point. Like so. Okay, that goes there. Alright, that'll work. Alright, this is now plugging into, where are you at there? Physics sensor. The seat. Nope, that's the wrong one. Physics sensor plugging into. This needs to be changed, so. I need to figure out which value angular speed is here. That's fine. Angular speed. Let's see. Linear velocity y, angular velocity x, y. I'm trying to think which I want. So I want it would be y. Y is up down, which is obnoxious now. So that'll be 11, I believe. Let us see. Yeah, I think that's 11. Who knows? I'll have to try it out. Okay. If it doesn't behave right, kind of know. Kind of know. Right. So I can steer now. That should help. All right, so it's definitely not revving up enough. So that is an issue with. So what we want to do here is we want to go in here and let's first do it out here. So my idle is 4. We'll make it 5. So because it's a smaller engine, I need it to go to higher RPS and a higher idle to be able to give me more power. So that's fine. So we need to go idle is up, max RPS. Start to disengage, we can do 2.1 is fine. Clutch application, this needs to be higher, so it's going to rev up to 10 RPS before it even starts applying the clutch. 0 RPS, I want it around 3 should be fine. Let's run that. I need to go in here, and I need a slower clutch application. Let's do 0.003. Let's update that. Might not need a slower clutch application, but we're going to try it, and then I can take it out if I need to. Okay. So these are going to have those really long gears. I was talking about this yesterday with like the old crap 4-speed transmissions they had in all those cars. And the issue with them was you had to go from almost stall to wringing its neck almost to, you know, max out. So I need to fix this a little bit. This is a little bit wonky here. So let's, the transmission needs to be worked on a little bit. So my gear looks fine with the transmission the way I have it. A 5-1, a 3-1, a 1-6, and a 1-1. Let me make sure I'm actually getting that because I might have screwed something up. 1-1, 3-1. So flip on 1 and 2. This one here should be a 2-1, 1-1. This one should be a 5-6-9-5, 5-6-9-5. That's all fine. Let's go in here, make sure I'm actually triggering them correctly. All right, 1 through 5. I don't want 5 anymore. It's a 4-speed now, so that goes to 4. All right, so 1. So gearbox 1, we need to trigger at reverse. Let's do reverse up top. Reverse. So gearbox 1 is reverse 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, reverse 1 and 2. Let's get rid of everything else but that. 3. This should be gearbox 2. Let's do this. I'm going to change these up like that. Okay. Make sure they're plugged in right. They're not plugged in right, so I'm just going to go through them again. So that's correct now. And then we're going to gearbox 3, which should be triggered on 2. It should be triggered on, what's that, 3 and 3. So 2 and 3 are triggering this. 4 is going to be everything at standard position. 1, 1, 2, 1, 5. Nope, that's wrong. 5, 6 is 1 and 3. So 5, 9 is 2 and 4. So 2 and 4 on this. So 2 and 4. 3 is going to be the one that's always where they're all in their default positions. So that's what's set up with that. So that is good. And I forget who was asking about the booleans again, but this is, that's why we're using these booleans, is it gives me all these ORs. So that should be plugged in correctly for the transmission now. So the gearbox might not be low enough because we have such a tiny engine. So see how it's stalling a little bit there? Okay, I didn't hook them up right either. I forgot to change them. I need to physically hook them up right. So here is gear 3. So I need to redo all of these because they're screwy, because I changed the numbering because I took out a gearbox. So 1, of course they're backwards. Yep, so here we go. 1 goes to the first gearbox, 2 goes to the second gearbox, 3. If I actually physically hook them up right, that might help too. There we go. All right, let's check it. We have a little stutter and a stall there we need to fix. There we go. Yeah, I thought these gear ratios should work fine. It was just I didn't hook up the box right. So you hear this one, it's already lugging really bad. That's what I was talking about yesterday with those old crap 1950s 4-cylinders, 4 speeds, was you get in that high gear, it's going to take you a while to build it up. Alright, and so what this is telling me is my whole gearbox is not low enough. And so that's actually an easy fix with the way I set up my gearbox. So here we go. We take the gearboxes in. And so the whole thing is too high, especially for a 1-cylinder engine. So what we want to do here is if we go to this one here, gearbox 3, that's our reverse gear. And what we're going to do is change this from a 2-1. I'm just going to go straight to 3-1. And if this is now too low, I can go back. So it's a 7-5-5-1-2-5-1-6. So let's try that. And then all we have to do is go in here, grab the reverser gearbox, which is this, and we want to change that to 3-1. If that is too low, we can go to 5-2 pretty much. So now it's dropped it down, so hopefully we don't stall when we go start it first again. Or it's not stalling, but it has to put the clutch back in. There's 3, I believe. So again, it has that long gear. We have to stay in this gear a long time before we can upshift. So I can hear the engine revving up. It's just taking it a while. And that's what those old 4-speeds were like back in the day, was the gear was so long you had to stay in it for a while. So now we're starting to finally get our revs up. You don't shift until your revs are high enough. Then now I'm in 5th. Alright, now we're going up a hill, so I'm going to tap down 2 gears. And I'm going to let the box rev up. This is like what I would do in a truck, a proper truck. You're letting the revs build up. You're giving yourself extra torque by converting that RPS into torque. And as you can see, it will go up, and then now we're cresting the hill. That's why I want a manual, is the automatic doesn't know if the hill is coming. Now, if you're looking like my Mac Pinnacle, I actually have a tilt sensor. It will give me a higher RPS cap for the hill, because in real life you'd rev up. So now you see so I know we're flattening out now. So I know not to downshift, because we're going to be flattening out and we're losing resistance. So this one-cylinder engine is struggling, but again, I want this to be a proper mini truck, so they're not fast IRL. You know, they'll go up to like 50 miles an hour, so as long as they get around there, I'm happy. And the main purpose in this is, again, there's going to be another truck to run like fuel for my cap air. Okay, so we're going downhill. Guess what we can do when we go downhill? Upshift. Why? Gravity is now taking some of that, is helping us go downhill. I can upshift. So that's, again, why I like a manual, is the car doesn't know until it revs out. You can pre-shift. I'm going uphill again. I'm going to grab 2 gears. Down. Now I know I have a downhill coming. I went up a gear. I'm going to stay in this gear. When I get to the base of this hill, I'm going to downshift. I know I'm going up even more. Now I'm going to upshift, because I know I'm going downhill. I'm going to be in a long downhill, so I just upshifted again. And we're in top gear, because look at this long hill. I know what's happening as the professional driver who actually has to do it, not the stupid computer that doesn't know what's going on. And so we're in top gear here. Now as we start to go to the bottom, I'm going to downshift, let my revs build, downshift again, let my revs build up, and that's going to take care of me for this hill that I know is coming up as the, you know, intelligent non-computer nonsense. So that's what, you know, like with the automatic, you can make the automatic work reasonably well, but the automatic would not downshift until we were already going up the hill. With a manual, I can pre-select the gear I want to know and to get my revs pre-built so that I can make it up the hill a little bit easier. So we haven't put any XML grip on these tires, and it's having no problem. Okay, I'll check that window in a second once I get back to base, but this is working pretty well. Yeah, the sounds, it's revving a little bit high. I probably could even knock this down a little bit lower on gearing, so we'll have to see. Because the low gears are nice and low, which I want, because remember, I'm going to be putting that, it's about 800 gallons of diesel in there. Diesel is 6.7 pounds per gallon, so let's say 7. So we'll say 7 times 8. So that's a considerable amount of mass in this tiny little truck. So I want those nice low gears, because I want to be able to still make it up my hills pulling my fuel. You know, people will complain, oh, that's so slow, it's so slow sometimes, and it's like, yes, but you can carry more weight, so you make 1 trip instead of 2 trips, and guess what? Making 1 trip at a little bit of a slower speed is still faster than making 2 trips at a faster. Guys, I'm going to have to finish up here. I'm supposed to be at dinner in 20 minutes, so I'll take us back here quickly. Let me just do this. I want to get that window fixed. I appreciate it, Citrus, for doing the windows. I hate XML editing windows. That's one of the reasons I don't do it, is it's just a pain, so I appreciate your work. So 1 by 1 by 1. Okay. So which window are we talking about? Which one? Citrus, talk me through this here. Is it this one? The angle one? Window angle 1 by 1 by 1. Okay. So I want to put it, we'll put it here, and I'll put a helper block on it. Okay. So what we want to do now is save it. We'll overwrite this vehicle, then I'm going to open it. We'll get the prompt. I want to find my next window. 2 by 1, it's not. 1 by 1, it's not, I don't think. What is this? 1 by 1 wedge. That's the one, right? Yeah, that should be the one. Okay, so we'll copy Citrus's numbers. And we'll paste that in. We'll save it. We'll load it, and it should have this helper block on there, which will help me put it in. So we'll load it up. All right, beautiful. That's perfect. So I'm going to grab this helper block and the window together. We'll cut that. We'll move it up. Move it in place. We'll paste it. I'll press U to swap it. We'll move it over here. I'll paste. and clear the content. We will delete this. Oh, nope. Don't want to delete that yet. I want to go down like so. I wish I had symmetry on, and then we merge, and then symmetry delete, and we should be good. So I just need to figure out something to put in this corner here, but I'll do that later. I have to go to dinner, but so I'll tell you what I want, Citrus, if you feel like doing this, of course, but you don't have to, is what I'd ideally like is, let's see. Essentially what I want to do is I want to put in a block in here, a window block to cover this up like that. And so that's going to be my pillar window block in here. And then I'm going to put in a square window here. So you don't have to work on this while I'm gone, but I'm just saying if you feel like it or you know a block that will fit in there. So like that's how I want it to look in the end, I think, is like that. And so I need to find something to go in here. So let's quickly look. I don't think there's anything we can have. See, like, we don't have a proper, like, see, this here. If I could take this, where is it? 2 by 2. If we had a 1 by 1 that was actually like this, that would make it so that I could get it in there. Because this 1 by 1's not right. If we stretch this 1 by 1, can we stretch this 1 by 1 into that space, Citrus? I wonder if I put this 1 by 1 here. Can we stretch this 1 by 1? It would have to be like that. Yeah, I wonder if we can stretch... Yeah, if we can stretch this 1 by 1, it will fill down to here. There'll be a gap here, but we should be able to fill that gap with a 1 by pyramid like so. And then this will touch the top there. So I'm curious about that. So I'll play with that later. A flat 2 by 3. Okay, yeah, ask to him. I always love when somebody's got a good name like that. You talk to them like they're a normal person. But yeah, if you want to send that on Discord, ask to him, are you part of Discord? Just go ahead and send it in Discord, and I'll check it out when I get back. Let me quickly save this. I have to go. I'm going to be late for dinner. So, but hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. I wanted to get a proper mini truck. Like, if you look at this size-wise to the quote-unquote mini truck that I put out yesterday, the other one is enormous. It has the shape of it, but, like, it's actually not that much bigger. It is a little bit, it is quite a bit bigger. But, like, you see it has, you know, this is, so I like the new mini truck better, size-wise. So, yeah. No, it's fine. I like it. It's funny. People are always. Somebody sent me a message. They're like, what was it? Oh, your name's abbreviated to Captain Cock on when you do a YouTube short on your phone. Ha ha ha! It's like, of course I know that's, you know, the whole point is a cockerel is a young rooster. And so, of course, this came up when I was much younger, you know, that, you know, I like roosters. I have, like, the rooster on my desk. I have roosters everywhere in the house. And so it's young rooster. And the term, you know, cock for the body part came after the rooster because anything male, you know, was associated with the male member. And so that's where the slang term cock came from, was from the rooster. So the rooster was first. And so, you know, and people think it's hilarious. And it's like, you know, doesn't faze me. But yeah, if you guys find that, just go ahead and send it there. I gotta sign off here, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.